We are living in the middle of what I call the modern burnout epidemic. Think about it. Our ancestors worked hard, yes, but when the sun went down, so did the work. There were natural rhythms of activity and rest built into life. Today, the sun never sets on our responsibilities. The internet doesn't sleep. The notifications never stop. We're told we can always do more, always be available. And if we don't, someone else will outwork us. This pressure has created a culture where exhaustion is worn like a badge of honor. People brag about sleeping only 4 hours a night. Companies celebrate the ones who never take a day off. Social media floods us with messages like, "Rise and grind. No excuses. Sleep is for the weak." But here's what they never show you. The entrepreneur who hustled his way into the hospital. The parent who gave everything to work and had nothing left for their family. The student who chased achievement so hard they lost themselves in anxiety and depression. And maybe that's your story too.